Hey everybody. Quick PSA. This is the first show I ever did. I think it was decent. It's 40 minutes. Pretty cool. The audio got messed up a little bit. It's a little bit louder and like worse for a little bit, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Just PSA though. Alright, peace. Yeah, man. It's me, it's Mike, Monster Mike. Books are cowards. Um, Doing this fucking podcast. I'm trying to be more professional with it. You know what I'm saying? So, Books are cowards on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Monster Mike 50 on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I got the link for that shit. Discord link, all that. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be a show about sports for real. Sports betting, fantasy shit. Just gonna go over what I did yesterday and the first part of it, and then change it over, to the fucking fantasy segment after that. For sure. Sounds good. And then so yesterday, I ain't really do anything for real in sports betting. We had a fucking fantasy football draft, the Dynasty League. We started today. $300 buy-in. So I'm splitting it with my guy. But I want to, take that seriously because that's the biggest league I've been in so far. I'm going to talk about the other leagues I was in after the, bets and shit. But all in all, I ain't really taking nothing. I took some light shit for fun. Some shit I liked, but, ain't really put the time in all the way, so to speak. So, full unit or official plays and shit. The only thing I really had yesterday was Westbrook. I saw LeBron and AD was out, so took him for a triple-double. He had 21, 8, and 9. He got pretty close. But if I would have, looked into the spot a little bit more, I probably would have put a unit or a unit and a half, 2 units on his points, rebounds, and assists, because I like those spots where there's an injury on the court. Really, that's the only thing I like in the NBA. I'm not even going to bet on, a game, really, if everybody's playing in it, as you'll see. So, I had that. That was a play I took, and then I took the Russ triple-double parlay with Giannis triple-double and Randall triple-double. Giannis actually got the triple-double, and I round robin did. So if Russ would have got triple-double, that would have brought something back. Randall, I shouldn't have taken for a triple-double. Took a double-double person. Would have been easy. But I looked at him because RJ was out. But got pretty close with the ladder. Just got to stop trolling as much. So, first game was 76ers against Pacers. Joel didn't play, so that's a game I would target. Harden had big minutes, and his usage was there. But, he didn't really do much, so that's the kind of game you just get mad at Harden because he's always doing that type of shit. But, can't win them all. It's a good bet. He got the chance, but fuck it. Harris, Tobias went 8 for 18. I feel like there got to be extra shots for him. He went 1 of 5 from the 3, had 19 and 10. That's a solid game. The guy who really played up was Montrez. He averaged like 5 a game, but without Joel, he played for Joel, obviously. Not started for Joel, but he played up more. PJ started, who had 0 points, but off the bench, Montrez had 19. So he's getting usage. When people get the usage, you have experience betting on them, but you like to bet on them, so that's when you take what you take for them. But in that spot, it's easier. So Montrez, points. He's a points player. Maybe a points rebound guy, but probably points. So he gets the usage out, your usage with Joel out. You know what he's going to do, so that's why it makes sense. For him to have 19 when he averages 5 points, kind of crazy, but it makes sense. Pacers, though, everybody played, so I was cool on that game. Next game was the Suns. No Booker. Only real ball handler in the starting 5 is Chris Paul, so he takes on more responsibility easily. 25, 8, and 4. Crazy. Pretty sure he had 8 assists. I wrote that backwards. Gotta be able to check into that, though. Ayton had 15 and 18. It was a low-scoring game, so a lot of rebounds kind of makes sense. Bridges was 3 of 15. Like, okay. Whatever. Yeah, but that's without Booker. See the main guys trying to step up a little bit. Cavaliers, Garland didn't play, so couldn't really expect Donovan to go out there and have the best game. He took 20 shots. He went 8 of 20, but I'm not really mad at him because he just had 100 the other night against the Bulls. LeVert went 7 for 11. Evan Mobley didn't play well. Neto, the guard, backup guard, he went 5 for 7. A little extra time without Garland playing. So that sounds Cavs. Hornets, there was no Oubre in this game, but I wouldn't be touching it because I would think the fucking Grizzlies would blow out the Hornets. And it was only 6.5, but it ended up being a blowout. We were saying it the other day. I was talking to my fucking friends saying that the fucking blowout number in the NBA is 10.5 now. It's coming down, but now I feel like it's 8.5. And I was just kidding and said it's 7.5, but today we got a 6.5 blowout. Fucking Hornets got blown out. Melo did get 35 minutes. PJ got 34 minutes, but nobody else in the game played more than 28, both sides. That's what fucking blowouts do. They ruin everything, so you try to avoid them. Or, like, look at first quarter spots or, like, alternating their lines down and shit. But the Grizzlies were healthy anyway, so I would have been cool in that game anyway, really. OKC versus the Magic. Paolo had to go crazy because nobody played for the Magic. Pretty much obvious. He had 25. Likes to shoot a lot. Good for him. Proud of him. OKC, everybody played, really, except Pokusevski, so I'm cool. Wouldn't have bet on that game. Spurs and Knicks. Probably wouldn't have bet this game either because I'm scared of a blowout, but Spurs without Devin Vassell, Keldon had 26. Yeah, J. Rich had 20. Those are the people who, without Vassell in the lineup, Keldon gets more shots, and without Vassell on a fucking court, then, Jay Rich would have to score more points. As, he's the backup shooting guard, so no shooting guard starting, so it's more opportunity for him. Yep, so that's how I would have played the Spurs. Probably looked at Portal. I don't think he did anything. Knicks, no RJ, so I looked at Randall. He was 9 of 26. He had 26 shots at least. Brunson. Yeah, without RJ, I'm saying Randall had 26 shots. Yeah, so, Brunson fucking went nuts. He had 37 and 7 boards, 6 assists, 27 shots. It's crazy. Fucking IQ played 45 minutes. Tibbs might be looking at him more. It was fucking a lot of minutes. The fuck? Mitchell Robinson foul trouble. Shocker. Okay. Yeah. So that's that game. Bucks and the Raptors. There was no Chris and no Drew, so I would have been looking at Giannis, looking at fucking Portis, Grayson Allen, those type of players. But Giannis had a triple-double. I took that in the lotto, actually. The fucking Javon Carter guy fouled out. I took him the other day. He ain't do shit. I'm damn near done with his ass. Brook Lopez, he just keeps going, bro. 9 and 19, something like that, and a 3. Portis, 14 and 12. Shit you expect. Grayson, I think he had 16. I ain't write him down, but Raptors, everybody played, so it was cool. Minnesota, definitely missing Cat, but you think, like, these bigger players, like, when they're out for that long of a time, you could, expect there to be some value, like lesser value than a guy who just gets injured then and there and then you bet on him that first day. But, like, you can still, do your research and try to see if the value's there. Ended up with 32 points, so I'm sure he cleared his line. I'm sure his 30 was some good money. Gonna get back to looking into him. Only thing is, D-Lo fucking gets in the way. Shit is mad annoying, bro. So, shit's too much. Gobert, I'm not betting on him, but he had 17 and 10. Good job, I'm not betting on him. He did a good job against Nurkic, though, so I give him respect for that. Portland, everybody played him good. Rockets, Pelicans. Rockets, everybody played them straight on that. Pelicans going to be without Zion for a minute, without Ingram today. It was 7.5. I don't know if I would have touched this one. Probably would have been a blowout, or I probably would have thought it would have been a blowout. But person I looked at was CJ. He got down 28-6 in 35 minutes. Jonas had 16 and 17. Alpern on the Rockets, one of my, favorite players to watch in the NBA. He's not getting minutes. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Bulls and Nets. Everybody was healthy, but KD had 44. Maybe we should just take somebody to get 40 every time they play against the Bulls. Between Donovan and Durant, every team, the good player is probably going to have 40 now. Lakers and Heat. Like we said, we were on Westbrook. Dennis Schroeder went off too. He had a game the other day, but a couple weeks ago, I think December 19th. And the big three didn't play for the Lakers, so he went off. He had 30. This last game, he had 32. So we know what happened with Dennis Schroeder and his contract and everything. So when he gets those chances, I'm pretty much going to, start looking at him to score. I'm not going to put my fucking house on it, but I'm going to start, keeping track, putting, something reasonable on it here and there and seeing how it goes. Lakers. So, yeah, I got to play for people. It's Russ, 6-man, Shai, most improved, and Luka, MVP. Those three together is plus 1,400, bro. I repeat, Russ, 6-man, Shai, MVP, and Luka, Shai, most improved, and Luka, MVP. All together is plus 1,400. So, that's everybody's bet they deserve. It's plus 1,400. I put a unit on that, for real. So, that's just that's for everybody who watched this shit, yeah. Shit, and I'll probably have another one tomorrow. You never know. Anyway, on to that was the Lakers game. So yeah, without the fucking without LeBron out. Yeah, LeBron was out. We know AD's out for time. So yeah, so I can look at Russ, bro. If nobody's playing, Russ got to score. Russ got to have a ball, PRAs at least, and shorter points looking solid as well. Thomas Bryant points as well. You could alt it down, be safe with that because they're pretty sharp on him, but. All these are things you can, be shaving down a little bit. Anyway, Hawks and Kings. Capella didn't play, but Okongwu, the backup center, young kid for the Hawks, he's pretty inconsistent. I think he plays better on the bench. When I bet on him on accident the other day, he got his rebounds mad easy playing off the bench. So I'm probably cool on him for right now. Probably leave him alone. Sabonis had his way with him. Got what he wanted in the game. But everybody played for the Kings, so I wouldn't have bet on the Kings anyway. Warriors, Pistons, I would have thought this would have been a blowout, but the Pistons won. So, always good to, I don't want to say try everything, but, have an open mind and shit. Like, even in some of these games that you would think are blowouts, most of them today, and obviously it's not going to be like that every day, but most of them have some points still, but when you feel like that, it's good to, definitely take somebody's points line down or their PRA down or assist down. Like, shave it down, play with something else that you like. It's a good way to, attack blowouts. That in first quarters. But, Warriors, without Steph, Poole and Clay had to do more scoring. They had 24 and 30, but only 3 of 10 from 3. And then they lost. And then, the only thing I noticed for the Pistons is that Bagley was out, so Bagley gets backup minutes. So I led to more minutes for Durant. Somebody I like to bet on for rebounds. He had a good game. So, it's pretty solid. It's 9:30 in the morning. I don't really have anything yet. It's early as hell. Shouldn't really be betting anyway. But, yeah, I just went over that to show what I liked yesterday, what I actually bet on yesterday with the small time I did have. But I was just showing certain players that I would be on. And obviously, just because somebody's hurt doesn't mean the next man up is going to do what we ask him to. But you can see it's pretty consistent. It's pretty safe to attack that market. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. And it works for me. Like I was saying this earlier, I don't really have any looks today yet. But when I do, I will post them in our Discord that got the link to that for you guys down there. So definitely join the Discord if you want some help, want some free bets. But that's cool. That was Sports Bettor. Probably gonna transition to the next part real quick. Fantasy, football, basketball, that type of shit. So It was really, really, really bad what happened on Monday. Not to make this about that, but, we are still praying for him, obviously. Recap of the year, I got 7 leagues. Triple my money this year. I put in total, as a co-owner, some of the leagues I split in half, like 2 of them, I was a co-owner. But all in all, the buy-ins was $510 in, and out of it, I got $1,850, give or take, if I counted that up right. So, solid year. 2 titles out of 7 leagues. 6 playoffs out of 7 leagues. Every team that made the playoffs didn't get first rounded either if it was a bye week or I had to play the first week. I think. So let's see. First one I wrote down was the Empire Strikes Back $60 league. I co-own this one, my guy. It's 14 team super flex. We are 11-3. This is the first place in the season. We went to try to win it now. Came in first place in max points by 200 points. Built a team with the quarterbacks Lamar Jackson and Matthew Stafford. Stafford played like ass and Lamar got hurt. Thankfully, we got back into drafting Geno Smith because quarterbacks were getting late. The only really option we had was to scoop up Drew Lock and Geno Smith. And I think we picked up Drew before Geno. Maybe not. But we pretty much saved the Stafford part of the season, and then when it was playoff time, Lamar got hurt. So that's tough. Came in 4th place. Picks, we got 23 second and 23 third. We gave up Josh Jacobs and a first for a 23 second. So we got an extra 23 second, but no first. And in 24, we got 2 firsts. So it's solid. The team's going to be fine when Lamar gets back. Geno's going to save us. Stafford, he's a disappointment. That's probably the weakness of the team. With the quarterback 2 is ass, but thankfully we got a quarterback 3. Hopefully Stafford could, bounce back. But in this league, definitely going to be, using some of those picks to solidify the QB, get rid of Stafford. If anybody, wants him after a couple good games next year, solidify that. Or, like I said, was going to say I'm heavy on Lamar, so this could be a good place to get rid of Lamar and Stafford, try to get, another QB and then use Geno and then figure out the 3rd QB, something like that. Got to figure it out. But next league is the 175 league I co-own with my friend. It's called the Asteroid League. This is the 2nd year we did this one. It's a 12-team. Super flex also. All my leagues are super flex. I don't like to play one quarterback. So it was 12-2. First place in the regular season. First place in max points for by 290. First year, we were shit. Got the 1-1. Productive struggle strategy. We traded in Mahomes and Allen and got it in. We got a lot of firsts during the startup and a lot of picks throughout the season. And then we just went for it in the offseason, and it pretty much came together. So the first deal we did to get from like a fucking literally last place purposely bad team. So in the startup, we left out with like a lot of young wide receivers. We left out with Pitts. We left out with Fields. Couldn't get Lance. Well, we got Fields, Mac Jones, and Zach Wilson. And then just sucked all year. We sucked ass, so... Got to the off season. First thing we did was agree we don't believe in Mac Jones like that, and that his value was as high as it would get because he's not really like that. Coming off a good season, a lot of people were high on him, calling him the best quarterback in the class. We didn't agree with that, so it presented us an opportunity to make a move, which we did. We traded Mac Jones, Rashard Bateman, and 3 first-rounders for Josh Allen and Tyler Boyd. These are higher firsts. These are, some of the better firsts that we had, but we had to get rid of them to get Josh Allen. A lot of people at the time questioned it. It was scary to do it. Obviously, it was the right move because we won the league. Next trade we made was with Fields at QB2. Kind of felt confident, but we wanted to see what we could see. We ended up trying to just add some skill players. We gave up a high first and Rondale Moore, somebody we both really liked that was hard for us to give up at the time, for Devontae Adams and Kenneth Gainwell because we had Sanders. So solid move, starting to, fill the pieces out of the team. I believe at this time Adams was still on the Packers, if I'm right. Maybe not. Possibly. Actually, I don't think so, but we were still high on him. Coming into this draft, this was the draft with fucking Brees and Treylon Burks, Drake London. We like London. I love London, but we didn't really want to trust him to play, this year. If we were going to consider even going for it, we were like, we might as well just, trade this pick for a great wide receiver because we're not going to get a great running back, at this pick. So ended up moving the pick for a wide receiver, knowing that either now or in the future we'd have a better chance of drafting a running back because running backs are easier to draft than wide receivers are just historically. If you get into base rates and stuff like that from analytics to Dynasty, it's something I hold very close to my heart. It helps me win a lot of money. You guys should check that out. If you guys need a link to that, let me know. I'll help you guys out with that. Then after that, the next trade we made was to acquire Hopkins and Mahomes. So we sent out Sutton, Zach Wilson, the 101 that year, and our first and 23 and our first and 24 to that owner, and he gave us back Mahomes and Hopkins. I sent the trade to the author of the Analytics of Dynasty, see what he thought when he was doing a Q&A on Twitter, and he thought it was a really good job. Thought we did a really good job, so it made me happy. And then to finish out the team, pretty much, we just added Fournette and Lockett last year. We gave up a first and a third. Looking back, that's kind of tough because our picks are pretty bad now. We don't really have any picks till 2025, but, you sell out for a championship. That's pretty much what you do. Looking back, did we have to make some of the moves? Probably not, but we wanted to go ahead and do it to secure it going forward. We learned from that, but the money will help. Next league is a $50 home league with my guy. We don't co-own in this one. We're in it together. It's the second year. I had 2 second-place finishes in this league. 12-team Superflex league. 13-1 this year. First in the regular season. First in max PF by 88. And I lost Derrick Henry and Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. So, got second place. 23, I got 2 seconds. 24, I got 1 second. 25, I got 1 second. And the thirds and fourths are still there. So, I'm just talking about the major picks. I just got breaking news. Damar Hamlin has shown remarkable improvement. He appears to be neurologically intact as his lungs continue to heal. So that's good news. It's great news. Wow, that's what you want to hear. $50 league next is the Fox League. This is like a fun league. This is my second league, I think, ever I made for Dynasty that I joined. Not made, but joined. Yeah, so this is like year 4, if not 5. It's a 12 team, bro. 3-11, 12th season, 10th in max points. I have Pat and Dak, but nobody else on my team is projected to average over 10. I traded DA for some picks year 1 for like 2 firsts. Didn't know what I was doing. Thought it was cool. Just wanted to try it, and I'm glad I tried it. I learned from it, but team hasn't really been it since. With this year, I got 3 23 firsts, 3 23 seconds, and 2 24 ones and 2 24 twos. So if I could get some of these picks on the wide receivers, because I got Pitts, got to believe in Pitts at this point, and then draft some running backs with the other picks, then I'll be tough because I got the quarterbacks. So also trying to get out of my homes and get into like a Fields or like a Fields plus or a Lamar plus, especially right now while people are looking. Yeah, I might have to check that out. Yeah, it might be a good idea. But then I might have too much Lamar again. But Yeah, that's the league I struggle in. That's the worst one I'm in. But yeah, stick it out. My other home league, genuine real home league that I run with people that I pretty much know my whole life. The other home league is a home league I joined because I'm cool with my guy JB. So this is my actual real home league. It was year 3, so now we're going into year 4. The Slime League, home league, 14 teams, super flex, was 10-4 this regular season, came in 4th place, 4th max PF, and I ended up winning the ring. Won the semifinals by 5 points combined, bro. So I have all these other dominant ass teams getting sold in the semifinals or winning 2nd place, and then you got this 4th place, gotta play in the bye week team, fucking underdog, fucking by 15 points in the semis, ends up winning by fucking .3 because I almost lose on fucking Monday night because Broncos have -4 fucking defense. This is the home league. We got defenses in this league, so that almost killed me. Next week, just supposed to win by 15. Got Zeke. Pollard not playing. First game that one of them really has to themselves in the backfield for a long time. Pollard's game without Zeke, he played against the Bears. He tore us a new one. But, Zeke, he has 9 points. So then I got to sweat it out. We're down to Josh Jacobs, and, he gets in overtime. So it's just crazy. I end up winning, thankfully. So it's always a bit of luck with this. You got the best team you want. Literally, I've had 4 teams that I've just showed you had high-ass max points for, which is the indicator of how good the team is. Good-ass records, another indicator of how good the team is. Bye weeks, indicator of how good the team is. Really dominant teams. Teams that are only really losing because of fluke shit. And then you see what happens. But that's why you play the game. Right? And then, yeah. So I got here, started off really not know what I was doing. This was like the 2nd league I ever joined. The first league I ever joined, I quit that shit because it was weird. People were being weird. But this is the league I started after that. Struggled the first 2 years. Didn't really know what I was doing as much as I do now. It's like the leagues I did before COVID, I didn't know what I was doing. And the leagues I did during and after COVID, I'm learning more and more. And then this year, I kind of finally starting to put it all together. Just injuries, but yeah. So in that league, I traded for Kelsey. Spent entire budget on Geno Smith. When Dak got hurt, I thought my season was done because I had Dak on this team 2 years ago, and then he got hurt. My season was done, so I was apathetic. Then Geno stepped in, won 8 games in a row, got lucky in the playoffs a little bit, and brought it in. Got a high 2nd in 23, and so first in 2024, multiple. And then the next league is the Dynasty League. That's a $25 league. One of my most fun. It's the 2nd year, 12 team. I was 3rd place this year in the regular season. 9-5. 2nd in max PF. Got, had some weird losses, but team was there. Had a productive struggle year 1. Drafted Lamar. Ended up trading Saquon for some picks. Ended up trading for more picks. Got into Josh Allen, and kind of a bigger deal than some of the ones I said earlier, but this one I had way more picks, so it was more palatable. Yeah, but this team, was solid all year. Really dominant. Lost some more games than it should have lost, but, happens. Had a 170 in the semis without Lamar. Then we lose the finals by 100. And Sam Darnold has 28, so it's not even like we were missing Lamar. Just lose by 100. But I got the 3rd and 23 in that league. It's a high one. It's actually 301 I have. We just got that established. And then all my picks for 24 and beyond are in tech, so hopefully could, get lucky around pick 25 this year or trade the pick or pick up some capital, try to refresh a little bit. But 2nd in max points for with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Running backs aren't too old. I got Cook and Aaron Jones. And I got Madison for Cook, so not looking too bad. Got Latavius Murray, he's always going to show up for some weeks here and there. Got some young wide receivers, but need to add a better wide receiver. Best receiver is Godwin. But that team got Kelsey. Most of my teams have Kelsey, especially the teams that have bye weeks. All of those teams have Kelsey, if I'm right. And then last team is the fucking insanely quick filling Reddit league. This is the first year for that league. This is a league I was drafted on Twitter, kind of like I'm doing now, but less in depth. But this time I'm going completely in depth, like pick by pick. So if you want to follow me, Bucks or Cowards, and see how I like do a draft to get some of these good ass teams, I think it would kind of make sense. If you fucking want a good ass team, I don't know, not to be like that, but what the fuck. So that team I had Lamar and Stafford as well. That was in my combo all off season. That shit got blown up because Stafford is hurt. Redrafted fucked me up too because I have A-Rob and Stafford. Shit was crazy. But in that league, 12 teams, 11-3, second regular season finish, first in max points, 4 finish, got a bye week. Lamar gets hurt, win third place. That's pretty much how it goes. And it seems like every time I have Stafford, I have Geno Smith, which is pretty much, pretty lucky for me. But it is what it is. Got third place in that league. Got a max points 4 in that league. And I got my first in this league. So this league, I actually had the most points for, and I got my first intact. So that's the most recent one I drafted. I think I'm getting better because that was the first year for that one. In the other league I drafted this year, the $60 one, I did leave the draft with our first, but we traded that one for Jacobs, and we came in fourth. Then with this other league, kept my first, came in third. So it's just how it is. But like I said, $1,850 returned from $500 or $510 in. What probably kept me from winning as much was too much Lamar, so. If I could, diversify some of these, Lamar shares into Jalen Hurts or, Justin Fields or even Dak, even just, straight swap for Dak, just off GP. But I don't want to fucking trade Lamar for Dak, so we'll see. Had 3 redraft leagues, I think 4. I ain't win any of them, not gonna lie. Just not a redraft guy anymore. I haven't really researched it. Thought I could just come in there and win. That's not true anymore. I got to get back to it if I'm going to do that. But right now, focused on Dynasty. Those leagues are like $5, $15 here and there, so not too big of a deal financially. But, you don't like to lose to people. That shit is bad. Got Stafford a lot. That shit fucked me up. So not taking on any more old people in those situations. You got to be like Tyreek Hill for me to bet on you if you're changing your fucking team. I haven't seen you play it. But, like I said, working on a new league now. $300 buy-in. Splitting that with my friend as well. $2,300 to first place, so we splitting $1,100 each, $1,150 each. First 2 picks in there are Lamar and Kyler. So, probably got to get rid of some of this Lamar shit. Yeah, but we'll see. But, catching value on both of those players. I don't think both of those players are supposed to be available at a pick 111 or pick 21, but I'll pick them up and get more plus EV to make money. That's fine. And then, for basketball too, I got 3 leagues, 3 Dynasty basketball leagues. The first one I was in was the first one I ever joined. It's year 3 right now currently. First 2 years I came in it's year 4. Because the first year I was in second place regular season. Then COVID happened. So we axed that. Then no fans year won second. No fans year I didn't win second. I had second regular season. And then I didn't get a bye week because we have divisions. It was weird. So ended up playing week 1, and then week 1 a lot of my people got hurt. So had to fucking end up dropping people to fucking play that other people were picking up. So then even with that, wasn't able to fucking figure it out because I still had too many people injured to win the next round. But had an epic win in that league. Kyle Lowry got me to the end. He damn near won in the last fourth quarter of the game. So that was fun. The year after that, ended up going to the final, second place. Second place finish. Had it to lose pretty much, but got too excited and started adding players too early and not waiting for injuries. And then they rule out Jimmy Butler on the last day, so I don't have enough players. And then I still got hope to win the game, and then I play against fucking Austin Reeves in a game he has 86 fantasy points. So that's how that went. And then the other two, this is my first year with him. The first one, we started right before the season, so it was a quick draft. 8-3 in that one. Most points in it so far, most max points. And then, sorry, I got a message real quick. Okay, yeah, so that one's Cameron. Yeah, that one. 8-3 in that one. Second right now in the season. Most max points for. The two losses, 2 of the 3, I think I could have won those, but I was new to the, set 1 game a week format, the new one they have on Sleeper, so had to take 2 losses to get used to it, and then one recently I forgot to put into Harden, so that's on me. You can't get burnt out in fantasy. Make sure you don't have too many teams. It's not good. No, I forgot to use the right mic. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. So, sorry about that, but I'm not doing it over because pretty much done, but lastly, we started this one in the middle of the season because we are, addicted to sports. And then that one, I'm 3-2 in there, 4th in max points for. I just traded for Jokic. Got my picks still though. Got all my picks. Just grabbed Jokic. So gonna step it up soon. Started with LaMelo in that league, so didn't get off to the best start. Now Zion's hurt, not off to the greatest, healthiest start, but I think I'll still be fine. But yeah, all in all, made some good money this year. Gonna be, doing advisory and shit, so if anybody has any questions with that, or, just wants some advice real quick, I can help you with that, just hit me up. Yeah, I'm going to be looking at more bets. Yeah, like I said, I don't really have anything today yet, but if I had to pick some, I'd say look at the Clippers, whoever plays for the Clippers. If Paul George doesn't play, the best player will probably be Kawhi in the game. If Kawhi doesn't play, Reggie Jackson should get a lot of use. I don't really think I'd be betting on Reggie Jackson. He doesn't really fuck with me like that, but maybe he could fuck with y'all. But pretty much it for the day. But yeah, if you want more links throughout the day and shit, or more, advice with the fantasy, just hit me in the Discord. I'm in the Discord, or hit me on Twitter, and then I got you. But appreciate everybody. Hope everybody catch that, first bet that I put in. That bet, that 1,400 plus 1,400. Luka MVP, Shea most improved, and Russ 6 man. So yeah, make sure you grab that. Other than that, yeah, gonna get back to it tomorrow. Appreciate everybody. Should have something for NBA. I might not because I'm focused on this draft, but I have something to fucking, come with tomorrow. So appreciate everybody. Thanks, peace.